can Bernese Mountain Dogs be shaved? Is it good or bad? And what happens if you do? Probably the number one question I get during the summertime about Bernese Mountain Dogs is, should I shave them? And whether or not it's a good idea, can it cause long-term damage, and does it actually help keep them cool? So these are all really great questions, and in today's video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about shaving your Bernese Mountain Dog. Let's start off with, can Bernese Mountain Dogs be shaved? Is it good or bad, and what happens if you do? Bernese Mountain Dogs should never be shaved. Shaving actually does very little to keep a burner cool and may actually have the opposite effect. It can also cause the coat to grow improperly when it comes back in. The only exception to this would be if your burner needs shaved for medical reasons or in preparation for surgery. While you might think that it makes sense and it actually would help your burner to shave their coat, it actually is going to have the opposite effect. So here are my top 5 reasons why you shouldn't shave Bernese Mountain Dogs. Number 1 is the protection from the sun. So as I talked about in previous videos, Bernese Mountain Dogs are known as double-coated dogs. They have a top coat and an undercoat. The top coat is otherwise known as the guard hairs. These are the coarse and stronger, longer hairs than the undercoat, and these hairs help protect your burner from direct heat and the sun's harsh UV rays. Shaving your burner immediately removes these vital hairs, exposing their skin to the sun, and this can lead to sunburn and make heat stroke even easier. Number 2 is that it stops direct heat. So in a similar way to protecting your burner from UV rays, the outer coat or top coat will stop some of the heat that they get from the direct sunlight. I understand it makes sense to us that the thick hair would absorb the heat and make your burner feel hotter, but it's actually the opposite. The thick hair will reflect more heat than it traps. The third reason is protection from bugs and insects. Sometimes we forget how often bugs and insects interact with our dogs. I know for us, living on a farm in rural Pennsylvania and being surrounded by trees on all sides, we have all kinds of bugs. Mosquitoes, spot and lantern flies, beetles, regular flies, you name it, we have it, and so do our dogs. The thick double layer coat on the Bernese does a really amazing job of keeping the bugs and insects as far away from their skin as possible. If you end up shaving them, this immediately can lead to more bug bites, scratching, skin conditions, and maybe even cause allergies to pop up, which ultimately will result in an expensive vet visit for you and a lot of uncomfortableness for your dog. The fourth reason is that it really protects them in cold weather. While a lot of the focus is on keeping our Bernese cool in the summer, we do have to remember protection in the wintertime too. So the thick double layer keeps the burners warm in winter. If you shaved their coat in preparation for summer, it most likely will regrow improperly. That leads to other issues, which I'll talk about in just a second. The fifth reason is water resistance. So that thick top coat of your burner actually has some level of water resistance to it. And although it only repels a small amount of water, this actually plays a crucial role in keeping your burner warm and safe in the winter. The second that your burner's skin gets wet, they lose their ability to keep themselves warm. So this can make walks a lot harder during the winter because we oftentimes, again, where we live, we have a lot of rain, snow, frost, even foggy dew conditions can all cause your burner's skin to get wet and can cause them to become cold if they have a shaved coat. Now, I know it's really human nature to want to shave your burner to help keep them cool in the summer. And while this sounds completely logical, it actually works the opposite. Shaving will cause your burner to be hotter. As we talked about earlier, shaving both the layers down exposes your burner's skin to more direct heat and sunshine than if it wasn't shaved. In addition, the undercoat sheds to regulate body temperature. So that's what happens in the spring and the fall when your burner, what we call, blows their coat. It leaves an air gap between the top coat and their skins. This allows for plenty of breeze to come through to keep their skin cool, increase that air circulation, and shaving really messes up this process. And lastly, shaving can really potentially ruin the coat long term. It's not a guarantee, but it's certainly a common issue. So shaving the 2 layers back to the same level can result in tangles, mats, and even a Velcro-like texture to the coat when you touch touch it. This is all because the undercoat regrows faster than the top coat. So as the undercoat tries to outgrow the top coat, it gets tangled and matted in each other. And for breeds with particularly long coats like the Bernese Mountain Dog, this can cause serious issues if you don't constantly detangle and monitor it. If tangling and matting do happen, your burner will not be able to shed their coat properly. This in turn can cause further overheating and even skin infections. So let's talk about what you should do instead of shaving your Bernese Mountain Dog's coat. Just a light trim with some scissors around the paws, ears, underbelly, and tail can be really beneficial and is recommended for dogs with extra long hair. The long hair around these areas really picks up that extra dirt and debris out on walks or in the field, and especially the paws and the underbelly. I know even when my dogs roll in the grass when it's crispy out like it is right now, everything gets stuck in the hair. They look like they just rolled around in a bale of straw when they get up. Stuff is sticking everywhere. A light trim with scissors around these areas is really worth it if your burner has extra long hair. It also can help keep things clean. I know with the feathers on the feet and the feathers on the legs, if you do live in an area that gets a lot of rain, these areas can get really messy really quick. So we tend to keep them trimmed up pretty nicely as often as we can. Have you ever shaved your dog? Let me know down in the comments, and also some things that work for you to keep your long-haired dogs nice and tidy in the summertime. If you want even more Bernese Mountain Dog info sent straight to your inbox and want to join a pack of over 50 pet parents, sign up for our newsletter. Just click the link in the description below, and hopefully I see your name pop up on the list. Now, I do have some favorite brushes that we use to really help keep both the top and undercoats looking their best in all weather. So I'll link those in the description down below. Some of them are affiliate links, so I do earn a small commission if you click the link, but it doesn't change the price that you pay, and it does help me to continue to make videos like this. If you're interested in exactly how we groom our Bernese Mountain Dogs, I'll put a link to a video up on the screen here, and you can click on that to check it out. See you in the next video. And don't forget, dogs are the best.